My name is Mackenzie Keener. I am in Class 165 in an A platoon.
Cadet Santino Maloney. I'm from the 165th Cadet class, and I'm part of A platoon.
Cadet Orozco Castillo, B platoon, Class 165.
I'm George Shafala, 165th Cadet class, A platoon.
I'm Jordan Miller. I am part of the 165th Cadet class, B platoon.
I'm Jenna Millay from the 165 class, B platoon.
My name is Mark Stevens, 165B.
For arrival day, I would say it's very nerve-wracking.
Arrival day, that was an interesting day. Unforgettable too.
So I was definitely very shaky.
I was actually one of the first couple cars coming up.
Anxious, like my palms got a little sweaty. It was weird because I don't really get nervous like that, so it was like really weird.
I wasn't sure of anything. Got out and it was just mayhem for the entire day. I mean, I don't really remember. I remember bits and pieces.
I mistakenly left my truck unlocked. So Corporal Jeter opened up all my doors, and then I got yelled at for leaving my doors open.
Got my sea bag and threw it over my shoulder. I'm like, dang. I'm looking around. I'm like, everybody got these other sea bags with 2 straps. Mine's only got 1. It's heavy, so it's kind of choking me.
I did forget my room number the very first time around, so I had to go back. It was just extremely nerve-wracking, not knowing what was next.
Just instructors yelling, chaos all over.
I knew, I came in prepared, knowing that they were going to yell at us. It was definitely a different level of intensity than I thought it was going to be.
Obviously, remember your room number, because if you don't, you're getting sent to the back of the line. So,
I mean, you see everybody around you, but you're not really paying attention to what they're doing.
It was pretty hectic. It's crazy what the brain does to you, and you kind of forget a lot of things.
everything is just a blur in general. I mean,
I was just anxious because I didn't want to mess up. I wanted to be, I wanted to do good because I want to be here. I don't want to stand out as somebody that don't care about what I'm trying to achieve. So I just was just nervous about just messing up.
From the first week, I'd say the one thing that really stood out to me was the first swim. The first swim for me was just terrible.
It was really tough. I did contemplate on leaving. I was expecting it to be this hard, but at the same time, it's different when you're actually here.
Straight! Straight! Nobody better be dropping them.
Starting with the smoke sessions, I would say they weren't terrible in the sense of you were doing PT, but they were terrible in the sense of we didn't know how long they were going to last or what was coming next. Or, if you were going to have to bear crawl around the academy or how long you were going to have to flutter kick.
It sucks, but we're gonna get through it.
It's not like I'm going through this by myself. We're all going through this.
You gotta make sure your boots are shined right, your gig line is straight.
Every 30 minutes we're going out to that parade field, touch a brick, bear crawl back.
So touch a brick. That's probably a phrase that's gonna stick in my brain for the rest of my life.
I rolled my ankle and I remember looking at Jordan Miller and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I just rolled my ankle and it's only week 1.
You think walking down a hallway would be easy. It's not. It's definitely not.
Kind of thinking to myself, I'm like, man, this could be a long 26 weeks.
So they basically told us how to enter into the chow hall with next 10 cadets won. Obviously, kids were having difficulty at the start because you're going a mile a minute and your head's spinning every which way.
The chow hall was definitely my least favorite place to go. And up until now, actually, I've had anxiety going in there.
I would say there was a couple of times I was in the chow hall, probably a little bit too long, and I was getting yelled at, but it never got to the point where I was a person who threw up because I took very minimal food that first couple of weeks.
Tying up this line right now, say yes sir, and you're close to one another as close as you can, but it wasn't close enough for him.
I really just wanted to finish real quick and get out of there.
9, 10.
I thought I was prepared, and that first cow session made me realize that I still had another thing coming towards me.
Keep your heart rate low and keep breathing. Like that's pretty much like what I just kept telling myself.
We just kept doing like round after round after round.
I don't think really anything you do prepares you for what PT has in store.
Shoulders are on fire, your legs are on fire, everything.
And I was just like staring out, like I just zoned out. Like I can't believe my legs, I had noodle legs, like my legs felt like mush.
Just like focus on your breathing, like tune everything out. Eventually it'll be over.
Before coming here, I had never wrestled or done any ground fighting or any boxing at all.
I mean, I've never really been in fights or anything like in school, so for me to come in and start punching on people I don't know, it's kind of a weird adjustment to have to make.
It was very tiring. Like I remember like after throwing a couple of punches, like I would really just get tired and like gassed out.
A couple of the guys, they go really hard with boxing, especially like Looney, Babcock, Duransky, Bernier, Gregoire. Like they're all, like you just watch them and they're just beating the crap out of each other.
Boxing was great. I mean, I loved it.
It was definitely fun. I had a good couple boxing matches.
Wow, that actually, like that hurts. Like, you know, your ears start ringing and you like are like, wow, that, you know, that was a lot.
You go in there and you're like, okay, it's call 100%.
You gotta always give 100%. You gotta refuse to lose, and you gotta end up winning.
So OC, I've never been OC sprayed, even in the military.
I remember like being sick to my stomach and not sleeping for like the 2 days leading up to it.
It's gonna be liquid hell. Literally is what he says. It's gonna be a liquid hell in your face.
I was kind of more amped up for it. I'm like, let's go, like bring it on, until I got sprayed with it.
I definitely had like the worst reaction, I think.
He sprayed me and I opened my eyes and my eyes just instantly wanted to stay shut.
But then like that OC started settling in, I'm like, holy shoot. Like this is liquid hell.
I would say whenever I hit the locker room, obviously you focus on the pain and how much you're burning. And at that point, my face was burning way more than my eyes, and I just wanted it to end.
Patrol guys are awesome. They just give you that motivation that you need. It was really nice kind of getting to experience with them.
I think that was the first day that we actually clicked with the patrol unit.
So you're there with your buddies, one's got the riot shield and the gun, one guy has the AR. Once you breach that building, you're juiced up. You're like, whatever's behind this door is getting it.
I banged on it, I was like, boom, 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 state police, I'm coming in, real loud. Trooper Cox is like, yes, yes, there it is, we're gonna take this door back home.
I love driving. I love that week.
You think you're a good driver and then you go through one of those courses and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not as great as I thought I was.
You have to be focused, you have to be paying attention, using your mirrors.
Kind of being able to push the cars to the limit, and as you're going through the courses, for me was actually really interesting and a lot of fun.
We also did, the pits, which were great. Everything in your body's telling you, don't touch this car.
Being in the car that's getting pitted. It's like you're on a roller coaster.
That was scary, because a couple people pissed, I'm like, oh my God, they're trying to kill me.
I actually really enjoy the scenarios for crime.
Oh, the crime guys are awesome.
Corporal Butler, he's obviously our platoon leader. He's like a dad here at the academy. He's, always there for you whenever you need comfort or talk about something.
Scenarios that they push you through is the most common ones that you will come across in the field.
I learned a ton of stuff through crime.
They really have you start thinking outside the box. So sometimes it's not what you would think, and then sometimes it is what you think, but then it changes to something else, and you have to kind of be quick with how you're gonna react to that situation.
The first couple of weeks with firearms was very rough.
They rival the patrol unit with humor.
It's a show. It's a show,
I shot once, literally 2 weeks before coming in the academy.
They definitely put across the safety, flagging, and how big that is, and just knowing how to operate your weapons properly.
I'm more of a shotgun person. Maybe it's just because of my size. It makes me feel strong.
It was kind of cool watching other cadets who had never shot a firearm and then coming in here and really doing well.
That bond we were able to create and make it like a stress-free environment down there. I think it really helped while we were here at the academy.
So for our first inspection, obviously none of us really knew what to expect, how it went, what they looked for, what questions you were asked.
There's just so many little details that you have to focus on every single little thing.
It's about caring about the little details and knowing the little details. It's kind of what makes this place.
Looking back now, I can definitely see the change in myself. like little things. I check my roommate. Like I look over, I'm like, hey, come here, let me see before you leave.
Platoon leader, your sergeant, the lieutenant, they get in front of you and they grab that gun from you, and you just go blank.
I don't know what happens. It's just like your mind goes blank. It is a little nerve-wracking.
It just shows like how over time, like you build together as like a unit or like a family.
You feel like you're part of something big.
Like I don't think I was good enough to, you know, cause like it's the state police, like Pennsylvania State Police, me. I wouldn't have thought it, honestly.
It's gonna feel, I probably have some chills putting on the uniform. I mean, it'll be pretty awesome having the full Class A uniform, the formal uniform on.
Even when we got our portraits done, putting them on just felt, it made it feel more real. And it just makes you have a lot of pride in yourself and how far you've come.
I definitely feel the light at the end of the tunnel. I actually have a little pocketbook that I've gone through, and every single day I'll mark off a day and just remind myself that that's another day done and that we're one day closer.
I remember looking at myself in the mirror thinking like how exciting it was that I'm like, I've actually made it. Like,
What really motivated me at the time was my dad. He had always been my #1 supporter through everything.
I take a lot of pride in this shirt. I hang it up night and I say trooper, right here. Like I'm there.